Shug,
Okay. So how to
you got your book to do your work.
That's it. Do I need nothing else?
Huh. Just make sure you get your work done. All you gotta do is your
What's this?
yeah, those are your grammar words. So you just doing
Now
pronouns,
the next
proclamations.
activity.
Just your sentences. That's it. You probably finished that during the time of this meeting. I just so you're not sitting there doing nothing because like this time of day is annoying. How you doing, Mama Sita?
Teacher, can you press L for us?
Mama Sita, L, please. L. L. Yeah. Thank you, Mama Sita.
Hi, she talks very. She can't hear you. Hi, Mama Sita.
Bye.
She speak English too, Kimante. When they say that no Espanol, when they say no English, that's because they don't trust you or they don't want to deal with you based on your behaviors with them. It does not mean that they don't understand nothing that you're saying and they don't speak any English. I talk to them every day, so I know they speak English. I'm just telling you so you can stop saying that to me. Because you don't need to tell me that. I know when somebody doesn't know any English. They do. Look at this crazy meeting over foolishness they talking about. Come on, excuse me. Ooh. It's okay, sure. You can get right here.
I think the Pope is coming now too. You can have a seat with us. Did you want to stay on? Okay, sure. Okay.
How you doing? I'm surviving.
Okay. That's the supervisor, Mr. Dean Johnson, for CFSA, the supervisor from this line, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, if it's possible, can you take time? We just started introduction. I'm talking, I'm yapping. I want to pretend that I don't know if you remember me. I'm with CFSA, but I work with TCP and CFSA in the resource development section.
I'm Teresa Early, DC Department of Human Services. I'm Miss Line Lopez. No, you don't. And I'm Miss Barge. I'm actually supervisor of benefits coordinator.
Okay. So, Ms. Carol, we're here to discuss, I'm not sure if you remember all that we discussed at the last meeting, but that's just really just to see how things are coming along here. To see, if there's a plan for the next step, particularly for Thursday. And also to see how things are coming along for your final opening which is the purpose of the CFSA case opening. So would you like to share a little how's that coming along with school education, how he's progressing, how things coming along?
It would be great if he had disability treatment, but based on your federal laws, when you don't assist with education, you have no grounds to file anything. That's based on your federal laws. So considering the fact that since this situation has been going on for the last 3 years, Kimante has been denied disability treatment and he's been denied education from since this whole mess been going on from Prince William County, Virginia, and the District of Columbia.
Okay.
Now, what I can do is to make it simple for y'all so that you don't have to try to figure out what I'm talking about, because I get tired of saying the same thing. It's keep reliving the same trauma. I'm not being funny. It really does. To talk to y'all, I have to keep reliving it. So I have to keep trying to wind myself down when I'm already in a total rage. So, in saying that, what I'll do is I'll send you the files, okay? The files on his as far as his educational needs, me contacting and reaching out to DC public schools. Since we've been here, our rights have been denied. We have not been provided the necessary resources that we need. And saying this, the case is, since I've been going through this and before the government started assisting and trying to make things directly hard, I was struggling with my child, taking care of my child 100% better. So since the government has been directly involved, there's major financial issues, there's major legal issues, there's crimes that's going on. There's also the issue of dealing with your government agencies. Since I've been here, you bounced me from case manager, none of them doing anything to assist over the last year. Then I come into these meetings like this after someone within the agencies have committed some type of crime, such as, let me explain. On October 31st, when the security attacked me, they already had everything planned out, where the TCP staff, the security and everyone wrote statements saying an incident that they already planned out what happened. What happened was there's also a video that shows exactly what happened, exactly what I'm saying. So in saying that, when I reported the issue to DHS, and I called and contacted the different agencies to report this, because I had been reporting harassment the whole year. I'll actually send you the whole file on all of the harassment, everything I filed, the police case numbers, the people involved in the incidents that occurred for the entire year. I will send those to you concerning the District of Columbia from the time I got here from day one on to now. And saying that, while these are going on and I'm fighting just to survive and take care of my son on my own with nothing, just on air, I also have to deal with different agencies such as CFSA, the case managers, whatever, the security, the TCP, all of them have their own things going on, which interferes with me being able to progress. So,
Well, Ms. Carter, I'm sorry to interrupt, but one agency you did not mention, are you familiar with OC?
RC, yes. Stephanie Thomas has done everything to not assist. I have been, I have been dealing with, and I'll send you that as well.
Okay.
From what I understand, they're not gonna assist with anything concerning educational needs for Kimante. I have to provide those for my child. Okay, which is not a problem. You just don't have the right to come and question me about it.
Lopez, she's gonna assist you with the OC.
That's what they said with the last 3 CSFA agencies that they sent, and this has been going on for over a year, and no one has assisted. Ma'am, what I'm saying to you, and I'm not being rude to you, okay?
I hear you.
This is the same exact conversation over and over. They cannot even provide us with a Metro pass to get around, okay? So I'm not sitting here just saying anything to you. They're not assisting me. Okay, my son, when I don't have money and I can't borrow money to buy my son food, I have to come down here in the morning and get breakfast for my son and stretch it out all throughout the day for my son to eat. Okay, if y'all have something that he doesn't eat, or it's something that he does eat, because we don't get any SNAP benefits or any benefits from DHS, then I have to have that stuff from breakfast to feed to my son, because he will eat cereal 24/7. But there's things, no matter how hungry he is, he just won't eat. So I've been doing that for months and months and months, okay? So in saying that, man, when we sit down and have these meetings and you tell me that you're here to assist me, let's be clear about something first, okay? You cannot assist me after crimes have been committed through your agencies, and you're not dealing with the crimes you have committed against me and my son, and you're just gonna assist us. What they're not gonna do is, they're not gonna commit crimes. Okay, I understand, and I'm gonna send you the document so I don't have to sit here and explain it all to you, because I sent it to your agencies already, but I'll send it to you again, okay, so that you can see for yourself. You can't assist someone if you're attacking
Can
them.
you let us know who did you send documents to?
I went to the council members, I went in front of them and I filed everything with them. I also found it, last year in 2018, from February on throughout the year. They'll have a lot of stuff on file for me. I even went to hearings in front of them. Yeah, no jokes, no games.
I represent the Office of the Director at Department of Human Services.
No offense.
So I haven't received, I would like to personally make sure that that goes where it needs to go. So can you send that
I
information to this
definitely,
group?
yes, ma'am. Are
Are you gonna send this via email?
yes, ma'am. And can you give me, if you give me your direct, whatever email you want me to send it to, I'll send it to you as soon as this meeting is over.
Okay,
Yes,
and when
ma'am.
you say crimes, what do you mean by crimes?
This whole discrimination thing, started based on the fact that I found out that my kids were being sexually abused out in Virginia, okay? So when I filed this with the police, which
So you have more than one child?
yes.
Okay.
So I filed this with the,
Okay.
yes, Shirley,
What is this word right here?
district.
Okay, click over to
Uh-huh.
advance.
Where are your children?
That's my son. My daughter, I don't know. I haven't seen her since she was 14, which the Commonwealth of Virginia had. So I started fighting the Commonwealth of Virginia, who contacted the Virginia Williams Center out here, who said they were going to help us out here. I'm going to send you all of these files so you can have the direct people, the direct contact, and everything that went on. Once we got out here, ever since we came out here, they have done nothing but make our life worse. No one has assisted.
I need you to be specific. So
The sexual abuse crime, the crime of them physically.
I'm talking about DHS.
Yeah, DHS here been publicly profiling me since I've been here, okay? Since I got here last,
How? What do you mean?
they had the residents going around saying that I was a child molester, that I molested my daughter, okay? What happened
Who
was,
is that? You got to be specific so I can.
I'm gonna send you all the records, so I don't have to sit here and go through that. It's a lot of files, so I'm gonna send it all to you, because it's all put together. Yes, it has. Yes. Okay, that's why they set up the little attack with their security that happened on October the 31st, and then said that me and a resident was fighting. Your DH staff wrote that, your TCP staff wrote that up. Your Miss Groom said she was in this room and witnessed it, wrote a 4-page lie. Then
Miss who?
Miss Grooms.
Okay.
So after she had wrote her 4-page lie, the staff wrote their lies, everybody wrote up their lies, then they tried to transfer me on the fact that I did something wrong and broke a rule on nothing. I didn't do anything wrong. So they tried to say that I broke your rules here and tried to transfer me. So ever since then, this transfer thing is going on. The problem is you're not gonna attack me and then transfer me somewhere else when that's what's been going on the whole time. And I'm telling you, like, yes, here's the records. I send them to council members. I take them there. I go there. I do all of this stuff to your different agencies, DHS, other agencies as well. You'll see their names in there with their information and contact information in the files. After I contact them and tell them what's going on, they call the Department of Mental Health and send them, and they say, oh, we got a call from DHS that you feel like you're being harassed, so that's why we're here. Oh, I feel like I'm being harassed, but my neck and my arm is messed up, which is documented from the doctors. You know what I'm saying? I can't get treatment for it because of the bullshit that's going on. So I just feel like
So
that.
when the mental health professionals reached out to you, did you
Ma'am,
work with them?
work with them and do what? What were they going to work with me and do?
You said that you were injured and stuff, so did you?
I was
share all
injured,
that?
so what was mental health going to do for a physical injury that a doctor needs to see me for, not a mental health
So
specialist?
Did you go see a doctor?
Yes, I did, ma'am. And when I went to see the doctor, I was being ran back and forth from the doctor. Oh, you go through a lot out
Where
here,
did these injuries take place? I'm sorry. I got
Right
a lot of
here in this
questions
room.
because I need to know.
right here in this room.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send you the video of it happening and them telling you in your report right next to it from your staff saying that me and another resident, then they have a resident to go file a protective order against me. Okay, she goes in front of the judge. Before I can even say anything, of course he talks to her first because she files it. She tells the judge that CFSA and TCP, he says, who is TCP? DHS staff has me, told me to file this on Miss Carroll based on the fact that she caught an abuse case with her child who went to the school with a black eye. So they tell her to file a protective order on me, the same person that they had in here harassing me, and they've been watching her do it. Okay, so then they were going to say, oh, well, because this issue is going on, we're going to move you. Why would you be moving people around so that you can oblige somebody to harass somebody else? This is a behavior that shouldn't go on anywhere because this is a family shelter. But I'm supposed to be the messed up crazy one here. But she could come in here yelling and screaming, and when I show you the video, you'll see how none of your staff or the security had no problem with her acting a complete ass with a group full of children in here, about 20 or 30. She just running up and down right here, yelling and screaming, cursing, threatening her life, and da 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 da. You can see your staff standing, your security standing there, and then you'll see about 5 security right here by this trash can attacking me. You can also see in the video that I'm looking from side to side while they're twisting and pulling on my limbs. Because what I was saying to them, you can let me go. You don't have a reason to touch me. You don't need to touch me with my hands to my side. That's what I'm saying to them. So.
The one that she described.
So she's talking about 2 different incidents. So the most recent one, we got the report that there was alleged statement that Ms. Cole was gonna stab another resident.
That was the protective order that she said they had her to file.
Right, so she went down to, this is another case of me. So so she went down to the court and filed this PTO.
Okay,
being for her and her daughter's life.
okay.
That's the most recent incident, and that PTO order is still active.
No, that is not.
It's not?
No, the judge dismissed that.
On the 5th, what was it, the 15th?
No, he dismissed that on the 5th.
Let me look, okay.
He dismissed that. That's not active.
Who is the person? Who is the person?
Jasmine Smith, the girl that has been working with their staff and TCP here. She didn't even know me. So I don't understand how you have all of these agencies and y'all are so unconnected with something that they've been working so hard behind the scenes to do, because.
Let me explain something to you. Can I explain something to you about our systems? DC Department of Human Services contracts with agencies to do the services in our shelters. TCP is one of our contractors, so that's why we trust that TCP and their leadership and everything to manage this particular location. So that's what that's all about. We have a contract. So that's why I'm asking these questions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We don't get involved in the day-to-day.
The thing is, while these things are going on, like they were saying, when she filed this order, she was in fear of her daughter's life. When you get this video, this is not a person that's in fear of her child's life. Like if you in fear that somebody's going to do something to harm you, you don't keep antagonize and taunting them if they're not bothering you. That's not a person that's in fear. So
Can we, that was the first
The
incident,
second
right?
incident was between, I believe, she used to braid a former resident who was transferred here. And I don't know how this came about, but I got an email that a link or something, or this particular resident was going around the shelter showing other,
saying that I was a predator, that I was here for molesting my daughter. That's what I went to prison for.
This was
A male.
because she was doing, the son was getting his hair done in her room. This father got that information, and he kind of reacted on that, right?
That's not how that happened, ma'am. That's not true. And when I send you the records, you'll see that. The father already knew about my background prior to. He got upset that I wouldn't do his son's hair for free. So he was a part of the thing with Jasmine Smith and the other group of people. What happened was, because he's a gateway drug addict, he went off upstairs on the 5th floor, and he was screaming and hollering about everything. And I recorded him telling me how they were planning on, how they were trying to kill me, how his friend Martin had failed at it, and how he was going to get the job done because he seen in the paper that I had molested my daughter, and it was on the news and everything. What happened was, I actually was recording him the whole time, threatening me and everything. It was 3 recordings. What happened was, I posted them on Facebook. The fact that in the recordings, he had named the stuff about the staff and the security being involved as far as DHS. What happened with the recordings was, the feds took it from the phone and off of Facebook. So that is what happened.
No,
It-
trying to ask about the actual
That's
incident.
that's what happened with that incident. After he did that, I reported that to the police. okay? Because it's a hate crime that's been going on for a while. See, they got us convinced, because many of us are ignorant and don't have education, that this is a street thing. But see, I'm really from the streets, and I deal with people that most people wouldn't even want to know for real in their real day-to-day life. So in saying that, I know when something is a street thing and when it's a government thing, okay? Because in the streets, they move totally different. Now, when he did this, he told everybody that was involved, including the girl Jasmine and all of that. I reported that. When I called the police, in order for him not to go to jail, he goes upstairs with the security, tells his son to say that I touched him, came back down, and that's what they filed to the police.
So that's incident number 2.
That was the first incident, and then the second incident was with the other resident. So once that information got out, they started.
That's not true. That's been going on long before that. All the residents was fully aware yes, they were, ma'am, because I have it documented and what was going on. Yeah, because what they tried to do at first, they assumed that I knew everybody, but I didn't. See, I move a little different. They don't see me, so they assume that I'm hanging with somebody, but I don't hang with people. I'm a loner. So what happened was they was creating stories, okay? But what happened was when I come out here, they was telling me I was hanging outside, which I don't hang with people out here. So when they told me that, I came out there and asked them. Now I'm right here, and all of y'all out here every day. Now, who did I tell what to? Nobody knew nothing about me. They didn't know who I was. All they knew is that they seen me. Everything that came from your residents in here came from your staff. That is a fact. Your staff was harassing me from day one. I filed in July with the police. They were coming in our room all times of hours in the middle of the night, slamming our door, all kinds of shit. What happened was the fact that my son couldn't sleep at night no more, and he started telling the therapist about it. So then it's hard, it's hard to say a kid is lying, because, once you sit down and investigate with them, their specialists, they're going to tell the truth no matter what you tell them to say. They know I'm not lying. It was reported, ma'am.
Any of us until the first situation happened. And then we had to do the DHS-UR, so then DHS was aware of it, so I think.
That can't be the case, because if I'm not mistaken,
They was looking into.
if I'm not mistaken, Ms. Brooks, I had contacted you a few times last year about these incidents. Not only you, Sheila Armstrong as well. Yeah, I had contacted y'all a few times about these incidents. The times that I contacted you about the incidents that were occurring here, the Department of Mental Health was sent to say, basically, oh, you got some mental issues. This is not really happening. You have to remember, ma'am, while all of this was happening, it was a snowball effect on me. So I wasn't this calm. I was a raging lunatic. So when you're going through all this.
Anthony, this was during a snowstorm, and one day you needed to get some medication, so they called me at home. There were some things that you needed to get because we were working with Hillcrest out in Maryland, right?
Out in Northwest.
It was somewhere, but.
And that was the thing.
Right.
I was going to see. I'm fully understand what I go through, right? So I don't live my life taking things out on people day to day because of something I had since a child. The PTSD and the depression and the anxiety is from a child. Once I understood as a young adult what was happening to me, I've spent like the last 20 years coming up with ways to deal with those things. So what I do know is when you take the medication, that's what happened to me in Virginia. I took the medication. So while everything was going on, I started to have a break because you have the medication telling you nothing's wrong with you. It's changing everything, and your reality is splitting. So in saying that, when they tried that here, being as though I'm the person who had the whole breakdown with my son and thought I was going to die, there's no fucking way in hell nobody's putting me on medication. I wake up in the morning like a fucking lunatic, but I'll deal with it every day. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way in hell. That's what y'all did the first time. I never knew that. And the government knew the whole time what was really happening. So while I was having a nervous breakdown, almost dying with my kid.
Alright, is it okay if I go to the bathroom?
Yes. Hold on, let me get someone to take you. Thank you.
Come on, you mentioned, thank you for disclosing the mental health needs that you had in the past and understanding that. You mentioned that your child had a therapist. Where are they at?
They were at the United Clinic right here. But when he
Therapist
started,
for what? May I ask?
for what he had been subjected to sexual abuse trauma when he was an infant.
By who?
My daughter,
By your daughter?
yeah,
Your
who
daughter.
was being solicited. So I filed all of this with the Prince William County Police,
Prince William,
County Police.
okay.
The records are there, the case numbers, everything. I filed this with the police.
But we
I-
won't be.
I know you won't. I know you won't be able to. I understand
We
that.
have to check. So the purpose of today too, we want to make sure that this group, if we have to continue to connect, instead of you going, having all these different records and everywhere else, the whole goal is to bring this village together to somehow figure out how you want us to assist you in moving forward. So let's use the word government. Let's talk about this village right here, trying to help you and your son and make sure that you're well and your son is well and that education is continuing. That's the purpose of this group today, just so you can understand that we're not here to violate you. We're here to establish this for you so you can continue to connect and make sure that you are getting what you need. Okay? I really want you to trust and believe that.
I've heard that about
I
a
understand
thousand
you have,
times
but-
over
But
the last
yeah, but
few
you're involved
years.
in a lot of systems, it sounds like.
Yeah,
And so
this-
that's why.
I don't have a concrete criminal history. So you're gonna have to create one. My
We're
history.
not trying
I'm
to-
not saying
that's
you,
not- we're
but
not
I'm not saying you personally. But that's what I'm saying. They have to do. I don't have I don't have. If you pull up my record, I don't have charge after charge after charge after charge. I have things on there, but all of it dismissed because there's nothing that show. There's no convictions. I have one conviction.
What do you want from, what do you want?
I
What do
just
you want right now for you and your son?
I want my rights. I know that no matter what
No,
anybody,
let's not talk, besides right.
I need my rights to come from up under the government.
Okay, so.
I need that because I don't want to be up under the government at all. You can't attack me and expect me to live up under you and expect you to do right by me.
Right.
You
So
understand?
okay, so if you don't want to be up under government because you're in a government funded facility
Yes.
right now, so how do you think that can happen? What do you suggest? Help us help you.
Yeah, I
How do
need
you think that can happen?
by you not getting in my way and let me do what I have to
Because you
do
know
for me and my
that will
son.
mean that you won't be able to be dependent on government services if you want to be on your own.
Yeah.
You know that, right? So,
But
you hear what you're saying, right?
Yes, ma'am, I'm fully aware.
Okay.
I didn't file everything that I filed because I planned on staying up
So
under the
what do you see
government.
your future looking like besides without government assistance? What does it?
Ma'am, when y'all wasn't assisting me, I was doing fine.
Okay.
I wasn't. I was living a lot. I paid for my son's education. I was working and everything. So it's not like I'm unable to take care of myself.
What can we do to get you back to that?
I would have been back to that if y'all was out of my way with these attacks.
Well,
This shit y'all got going on.
Let's stop the attacks now. How can we do that now? You gotta give me some answers in order for me to help, for us to help.
Yeah, it's nothing that you be able to help with. It's way above your head. Because even if you doing this little stuff you doing, if they're still hitting me financially with the banks and all that stuff, if they're still trying to create, because they got all these cases going on.
Gotcha.
So this gets in the way of me working, ma'am. That's the point of all of this.
So I have a question. You mentioned,
So what do you-
mentioned something about SNAP. Are you getting SNAP?
We don't get any benefits from y'all ever
Why
since.
not? Because you mentioned that you,
Y'all been doing this since we've been here.
no, but when I'm asking, why not get this hand up for a minute to get you on your feet so you won't be dependent?
Ma'am,
Because we have resources.
they
we just
did
gotta use
not
them.
want to give me the benefits, okay? They've been over the last,
Why would they want to give?
I don't know, you have to talk to your agency. To get benefits, last year, like I said, I'm gonna send you the records, so I don't gotta keep going through this.
Have you
I
had
had
a
to-
TANF comprehensive assessment over at, Martin Luther King? Have you been over there? I'm gonna go look this up in our system to see if you applied.
No, ma'am, I applied for TANF
And,
in November. They said they were gonna do it, then after I went down to the council members, they said no. I
the
had to,
council doesn't have anything to do with.
I'm talking about DHS, cause that's who I talked to them through. So they said no, it was too late to file the thing. I have to go down there to their office. I explained to them I don't have money to pay to go to their office, and I don't.
So if,
So-
if we could work out some kind of way for you to get transportation, would you do that? It wouldn't be giving you a Metro card, but like literally having a van or something pick you up and take you over to Owell, so you can at least get that check.
That's when we have somebody that come here.
Mhm.
We didn't have a TCA come here, but let me follow up on I know that you went down, and I know she had one,
Okay.
so I'm.
They do this all, man. They did doing this over. They cut the benefits down. Said that then the lawyers got them to turn it back on. They turned they cut the food stamps back down to like $80, then went down to $57. Miss Weathers in August talked to DHS on the hotline, and they told her that that was the amount that we were supposed to get based on the fact of the income. So it wasn't nothing Miss Weathers could do. So the following month, they took the fine.
You get Social Security?
Yes,
Oh, so that explains it.
they took but how far is my $200 or $300 Social Security is going to go for my son?
Who's getting SSI, you or your child?
Me. But how far is that going to go for my son?
What is your amount? May I ask?
Yeah, they supposed to give me $771. Out of the $771, I get $661 out of that.
So, because it goes.
And what comes to me in my account, which you can see on my statements, is like 200 and something, because my bills are paid
When
off.
the first came, I think she did something originally like a payday loan.
Yes.
And owes that money. So when Social Security sends the money into her account, they automatically deduct
Ducks,
whatever she
yes,
owes.
every
So
month.
there's
They're
some
gonna share.
financial,
Okay.
probably what do you call it, a lien or?
Yeah.
Garnish. Yeah, garnish.
Yeah, but it's not a garnish because I have the loan, it's my
Right.
loan.
Right.
So I pay on it monthly because
Right.
it's an emergency thing.
So the government, okay, got it.
You understand? So that comes straight out. It's emergency money. Say, like, the reason why I have it now, because I have no money, so I can't pay, but the loan was like, in the situation like this, I don't have food.
Paid off it?
No.
They take it out of her account.
I don't have enough money. The money kept getting less and less and
I
less.
understand, so how much was, may I ask around, how much is the loan?
The loan, was like, I think it's like 300 and something dollars now. 300
Oh,
or,
the balance is 300?
Yeah.
Okay.
the loan for itself is like 800, but the balance is like $300 or
So they'll
something.
probably, the next.
It's still behind, but it's just not paid up because of the financial difficulties. I'm missing months.
Still adding interest on it every, like.
Yeah, they add interest, but it's not as high as it could be. I could be like still at 700.
Right, but
So your next month's
It's-
SSI check, they're gonna take that, and that shouldn't be paid off, right?
No, they won't take that whole amount. They'll take like $54.
They only,
Yeah.
when they
It's the high
whether it's
interest
not
is
garnished, they only take a percentage.
Alright.
So they take their percentage and then whatever goes into her account.
Yeah.
is
Yes,
that.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the money that you have to live off of.
Yeah.
Right. And that started when we first came. I know about that because we dealt with that.
But when I first got here, that's what I was trying to explain to them. Instead of pushing us under, look at my expenses. They were directly out of my account.
Her even coming to the district.
Yes.
So prior to her coming to the district,
Prior to me coming here, I had a whole life where I had bills and things that I paid. So once I got here, all of that stuff crashed my credit. I had good credit.
No, I understand that, okay, so that's TANF, I can understand TANF, but SNAP is, everybody is,
the
SNAP,
food
it doesn't
stamps,
deal
so
with.
we have,
any
so I'm
of
having
your
Tia
past.
look into it to tell me like what is the amount or why she was denied
Okay.
if she's not getting the food stamp.
All right.
So I know, but she's getting, the thing is she's getting the medical, so.
They
that's-
can't cut my medical because of SSI.
Okay, but you're still getting them, so when you do the TCA, it's the money, it's the money.
That's
the
what I
food stamp, and the
understand.
medical. So she got medical, but they didn't.
The reason why they can't, because with the medical system, the renewal for your renewal for your services is once a year, correct? Okay, well, I didn't renew about 6 times. The same thing with Virginia. That's the way of cutting you off. Oh, you gotta explain to someone, when I say they're not giving me benefits, you gotta explain that, oh, she didn't renew. So when you go back and look in your system, you'll see I have a lot of renewals that everybody else don't have. But I'm aware of that, so that tells me you don't want to give it to me. What you're not going to do is run me around for chump change when I could try to work and do something to take. I mean, because people rather sit on their ass. No offense, excuse my language, and take the money. But I don't have a problem working. But I'm homeschool my son during the day, and I could work remote because I do IT, and I could do that. I have nothing to work with.
Okay. So that was the incident, we have the incident, are those all of the incidents?
Yeah, 'cause the investigators are actually kind of following, the investigators just followed up on the threat to Ms. Smith the other day. They wanted to know what the outcome was. And
There
what
was no-
going on.
There was no threat to her. And whenever I get to get in front of an actual real judge to actually deal with this matter, and they can actually pull that court record, they'll see that because the judge spoke to her. He talked to her. He wouldn't have dismissed it if he thought that the girl do not know me. She doesn't know me. So who goes out their way to just, I don't know you, but every time I see you, I'm just gonna go out my way to make an issue with you. Who does that? We are not 10 years old. Even kids don't do that. This girl is going out. So when he asked her all the questions that somebody would ask, well, how do you know her? Where do you see her at? What does she knew nothing. She didn't even know how long I've been here.
So, Ms. Carroll, as far as the TPO, you saying that it was,
Dismissed.
it
Expired
expired.
on 2/15.
Okay. So did she, is that, she's,
So,
so right now
getting
it's
the follow-up,
expired?
yeah, so I'm following up with the CFSA, okay, in case I'm not right.
Okay, so if she decides to go back and renew it or what have you, TCP will get a copy. because
She
it's
cannot renew something that the judge dismissed. If they're saying that that judge did not dismiss order, I'm telling you for a fact, they don't have the correct, they're making up their own records.
That's what I'm saying. If it resurfaces, they
If
will know.
she's going back, if she goes back and file a new one, ma'am, she's filing it on their behalf because she doesn't know me, okay? I'm not a person that when you see me, I talk to you. If I don't like you, I say nothing to you, okay? So listen, the girl said something, anytime she sees me, she only goes through changes when she's around their TCP and their security. If the child see me across the street, if she sees me up the street or down the street, she has impeccable manners. She has no problems with me.
Has there been any incidents that was left?
The girl is the girl is crazy. She's a young mental
Yeah,
patient.
'cause it expired.
Okay.
But I
So
think that there
it's
was a
been
meeting
progress.
yesterday, I don't know what.
No, we did,
Okay.
that was the meeting.
So we wait for a meeting.
That's the
Okay,
meeting we had to
yeah.
reschedule for
Mhm.
yesterday. That's that meeting.
Okay, so, but there hasn't been any
No.
No,
incidents reported.
there hasn't been.
So it's progress in one area, so that's a strength. No more issues with this family, right, Ms. Carroll? Has there no other issues
You're
with this
saying,
family?
you're asking me, every time there's been an issue, it's been with this girl, yes, sure. Okay, can you wait till the girl says no?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anytime there's a issue, anytime there's an issue, this issue has been with this child, and it's been with her and the staff and the security, like the incident they had in here. As you can see, they let her walking around doing this. When she first did it, because I'm nice, like I told them before, I apologize. I didn't even know what the issue was, didn't care. I apologize if I did anything wrong, you know what I'm saying, went on about my business. That's it. So I seen it kept getting worse and worse and worse. So finally, it got to the point where the girl thought that she could threaten my son, because she must have really thought somewhere in her mind that I was scared of her, because that's not the type of stuff I do. I don't do that. If I wasn't here, I wouldn't be doing that. So I'm not going to come in here and start doing something that I don't do. So when I caught her outside, hey, listen, you want to fight? Here I am. Let's go. Yes, you want to fight. Listen, hold on, ma'am, hold on. The girl didn't want to fight. That's not a problem. Can you please leave me alone and stop trying to fight me in here in front of all these damn kids? Because that's not cool, okay? That's not cool. You can fight me in this shelter with 30 or 40 kids, but if you see me outside on the street, you can't fight me? My son is in here when you threatening me. Nobody says nothing, not your security, not your staff. They stand there. So this was something that they have been doing for a while.
So, Mom, do you understand what will happen if you're involved in an altercation with him present?
Who? With who present? Oh, if I'm, anything that goes on here is on y'all. I don't do that. I don't live like that.
But-
My son ain't never been in no altercation with me when I was not in here, ma'am, or my daughter. There's nowhere in my background as an adult, ma'am, that it shows me being somewhere in public, and I'm too damn dumb to have a conversation with another adult that I'm somewhere fighting with my child.
So,
I like y'all to scrub them records up, because y'all seem to make everything else up as you go.
so this is not a concern.
Yeah, because the thing is, ma'am, I know, but what I'm,
We need you to just. chill.
ma'am, what I'm saying is,
Please.
if it's not something that somebody does, it's not a way of how they conduct themselves, then it should, because it should concern a person that, because when you meet this girl, if you sat down in your presence for 5 minutes, unless you deaf, dumb, stupid, and retarded, and you know nothing, or you're a child, you're gonna understand exactly what I'm saying. So in saying that, they're not gonna play with me like they don't understand. I mean, this girl's from 2 walks of life. When you send somebody like this to me, you're sending somebody that's way out of my circle. I wouldn't even respond or talk or deal with her. Her lifestyle is a liability. She is a threat. That's like going out here on the street and you see somebody out there just off drugs, tripping out, and you decide you wanna go deal with them. It's not gonna happen with me. So I don't deal with her. I don't say nothing to her. Don't provoke, because I don't have those type of issues. I'm a grown up. I don't live that way. Like if I didn't like you, ma'am, every day I seen you, I would not say nothing
Right.
to
Well,
you.
ain't got nothing to say, don't say nothing.
Nothing.
Okay,
So they're not gonna act like I'm the one who's instigating these issues of somebody I don't know trying to attack me with. I should be paranoid. This shit been going on for a while. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. So anytime somebody comes, first thing I say is, okay, they're coming. It's this bullshit again. So let's deal with it.
Okay. So going back to the school piece of how Miss Lana Lopez can assist you with IT. Lana, what's the plan? How are you gonna assist Mom with making sure everything is legit? You know, he can get the services, making sure there's no more issues as it relates to getting him at everything he needs for school.
Okay, so Miss Carol and I had a conversation in regards to the correspondence that Miss Thompson sent, Miss Stephanie Thomas. And the letter just spoke to corrective actions that needed to be done. And I was hoping to engage Miss Carol in terms of how maybe they acknowledged that some of the things she was doing was in compliance. However, there were some things that I thought that she and I can look at that maybe we, can tweak and, so that she's in compliance. However, I wasn't able to do that because she and I spoke about the equipment, the materials that she needed. Ms. Carl expressed to me there are other children who are getting homeschooled. They have the equipment, they have the materials. And the question was, how come Kimante can't get that? Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I spoke with Ms. Thomas and I presented the question. I said, can Miss Carl get the equipment for her child so that she can homeschool them and she'll have the things that she needs to do that? Ms. Thomas told me they're not going to accommodate her with the equipment because they don't do that. It's
Yeah,
just
most
not
parents
her.
that do homeschool, I have a girlfriend right now here in the district that does homeschooling her child. She bought her own computer, she did this, she did that. So what kind of equipment are you talking about?
They have homeschooling. The parents that was here, that homeschool their kids, they didn't pay for anything. They provide that. It's on
the
their.
ones I know, they had to get their own stuff.
So
They do.
got
It's on
grant
their.
From another organization?
No, it's
some
on
funding from
these.
another agency?
It's on.
Where can we get this from?
It's in the district
Where?
on your DC school lines. Right on your DC, right wherever your DC schools is, whatever that site is, it's right there.
So did you apply? Do you have proof of applying?
I do, ma'am, and I have an email being denied.
So it was that program where you could have got the equipment. It was like was it a program? Was
Right
it
there.
K-12? Okay.
But this is
so-
through DC though, through their, it's public schools, but you homeschool your kids. And
Okay.
they send everything, their little, the computer, whatever their criteria is, and then you go like once a week. It was like about 3 families here that did it. They're gone now, but they go like once a week, to a location. Cause what you have to do is, I found out everything because I started looking into this last year.
Okay.
But he was denied. So you got to go to a location like once a week, and when you go to this location once a week, you I think he does like some kind of little in class,
Was
or
he denied so
he was denied the service.
is it because, So were those families under IEP or special education? Is that part of a
No.
different program?
No, it's just, if you decide,
Why would he be denied? I'm not.
Yeah, I don't.
That seems strange to me, because if other kids were here, and we only had 3, and yours is 1, right?
Yeah.
That's homeschool, I know that. But my team is reporting that they're not familiar with any equipment or any services that were provided. I know at least.
all of their
had
services are
computers
provided
there,
for the
so they used our
homeschool.
computer lab. We had another family that just actually moved, and she bought her own computer.
Yeah, from what that's just.
The services,
The only thing she needed was internet, but she bought her own laptop and computers, and she
the
homeschooled
services,
her daughter.
yeah, the services are provided, through the DC, homeschool,
So do you have to be, compliant with this corrective action plan first in order to be eligible? Maybe that's it?
no, ma'am. The thing is, first of all, the thing is, it's not just the way that their thing is set up. My son has a disability, and by him not getting the treatment for it,
May I ask what the disability is?
speech impediment.
Okay.
So, by him not getting a treatment for it, it's very, very hard with words, especially as he gets to a higher level and the word blends, stra, pra, pro, and you add harder saying, like Photoshop, compound words. He's getting to compound words and doesn't do well. But anyways, in saying that, it makes it a lot harder with teaching him, because I'm not a speech therapist. I give myself credit. I can do some stuff. I can't do that.
So is he going
So
to a
he's
speech
not
therapist?
getting a speech.
They've been denying him speech therapy for 2 years.
So where's, you said he was in therapy, so where?
He was in therapy in
That was,
Virginia.
he hasn't had any therapy since he's been here for anything.
No, they gave him speech therapy when he went to Langdon last year,
Okay,
because he came with an IEP.
okay.
So after they,
So he was getting speech therapy at Langton.
Why do you want to do homeschooling instead of having him in schools?
because you were targeting him in the public schools,
But also too,
because he was being targeted in the public schools. Like the same shit that goes on here was going on with him in school. Out in Virginia, he was left in school. He actually to go to the bathroom, he has to go right then and there. So they would tell him no, make him wait. So he would pee or poop on himself. They would leave him like that all day. They would call me, tell me I need to work type of thing, like a harassing type of thing. All of it's filed too in those files. But anyways, dates, time, what was going on. So in saying that, they was doing that there. When he got here, the teachers started targeting him in the school. She told, I went to talk to the teacher. They started displaying behavioral problems such as name calling, real bad. So I went and asked the teacher, how could I work on whatever kids he was doing that with in school to separate him from those children, so that he can stop doing that, because I didn't want him to be name calling with other kids. So after I left, she was like, okay, we're going to figure out something to work out to assist you with it, because I was real upset about it. So the other teacher tells him, your mom think it's the other kids, but it's really you. So Kimante tells me in front of the teacher, and she looks at him, she says, yes, that's what I said. I said, why? Why would you say that to him though? I'm an adult, so why wouldn't you come and tell me? Because my reason for me coming to his homeroom teacher was not about the other kids. The only issue I had about the other kid was him and the little boy fighting on him all the time, because the little boy really liked my son. And then all of a sudden the little boy just was fighting him every day. So Kimante had like gash on his face, and he was like getting hurt. So I was like, it was weird. So I went and I was like, well, what's going on with the little boy? Just separate them, because well, after I said something to the teacher, the little boy was back to Kimante's best friend again. One thing about kids tell you what adults control and what they control. The little boy behaviors wasn't of his own. It was what someone was telling him. Yeah, this was at Langdon. So all of this stuff I reported to like their little school board and everything. When the CFSA people went this year, they don't have no report of none of it or anything. So that's a normal thing in the district too. But then I moved them down the street, and I had an incident with the little kids who tried to play with his penis with the puppet. So I went to the school, talked to the teacher about it. So then the kids jumped him the following week. I was done after that. Because again, when you are dealing with your public school system, everything's dusted up on the carpet, it's okay. You know, as a parent, I shouldn't be concerned about that. So, in saying that, I don't,
So that's why you took them out.
I took them out. So I don't understand why y'all keep acting like my son, the
Nope,
thing,
I'm not, yeah,
I don't
I'm just
understand
we're just learning
why
about-
they
I'm
keep,
learning a lot of history here,
why they
so
keep, why they keep sending different agencies acting as if they're more concerned about my child than I am. Okay, they're not, because I'm ready to give my life for my child. No one else is. So in saying that, I also paid for homeschool private school for my son, starting at the age of 3. So I do care about education. The
What
storage
private
that
school was
he went to Dale City Christian Academy.
Okay.
The storage that they just took had thousands and thousands of dollars of books, because all of my kids, I build them a library. So nobody is more concerned about my son's education. When you were giving me your TANF benefits, I was spending the whole check on my son's education and the things that he needed to get through the month. I wasn't spending it on my hair and nails. Unlike many people, I could do my hair and my nails and look like I'm going somewhere every day, and I didn't even spend $30. So I come from, like I said, a whole different breed when it comes to stuff like that. But his education, I do. I can't educate him the way that they want me to educate him,
May I ask a
because
question?
he has that
Before you
speech
came-
impediment.
Before you came here, you had an adult citizen academy.
Uh-huh.
How did that work out? Why did you?
Oh, that was a private academy. He went there until he was school age, and then he went to Prince William County. Prince William County sent us here saying that you guys would help us because they didn't have no way of helping us. So since then, we've been going through this.
Prince William County?
That's in Virginia, yeah, they have a better school system.
No, but they said that we would help.
Yeah, we would help, yeah, they have more
That's,
resources.
now that's a lie. That's
Yeah.
not supposed to be like that.
I understand it's not supposed to be like that, ma'am. It's why I'm standing firm on where I'm standing at. Because if the chips, wherever they
So
may
that's why
fall,
you
whether
came.
I'm here or not,
Based
I
on what
damn
they
sure
said.
want to make sure this don't ever happen to nobody else. That's all. I really don't. I'm just doing this so y'all don't say I'm not working with you.
William County, told you to come here?
I'll remind you, I'll send you the records and the files, and talk to Virginia Williams, Resource Center, and I'll send you that as well.
Mom, when you say that you're gonna send this, how are you gonna?
No, I'm gonna send each one of you an email. No, it's already in a file. I
Have
can
it
see,
on email? Okay,
have it on files, and I'll just put it in the email and send it to you.
okay.
You gonna
You
scan
have
it?
my.
I don't have to, it's
email?
already on, it's already on my, computer.
Right here.
Greedy.
Okay, so as far as us, there's a plan for you and Ms. Lopez to meet to kind of push for, get to the bottom of equipment, how can you get it, to either have it on paper, like, we just need to see what is it.
Well, I
that
had
we can do.
worksheets, but, here, they said that they couldn't print out, the worksheets for me, here, because that would've gave him, like, I could, just follow whatever the curriculum is, for whatever grade he's in. They give you actual workbooks with everything that they do.
So, Ms. Lopez, when's the next time you can meet with them to get this, Thomas on the phone, and just to move forward?
And wanted to engage you, how we can go ahead that so that you are in compliance.
Ms.
Ma'am,
Carroll,
I'm
you
not-
have the
I'm not-
paperwork for the corrective, action?
I don't know. I don't have no obligation to OSSI. They, like they said, they don't assist or they don't help. So what obligation do I have to them?
You said you wanted.
Yeah, but they're not-
You're in
Well-
compliance first before we can,
Okay,
we can revisit that.
so let me just
But
go
does
back
she-
to that.
do you
We've
have the
already
paperwork?
had
Do you have-
we've already had a discussion in terms of what she wanted first in moving forward. I spoke with Ms. Thomas said she's not gonna accommodate her. So in terms of the equipment, so.
And she's
if
not gonna
I could
accommodate it
un-
because she doesn't, because she's
Because-
not in compliance, or
not-
just, it
Not
doesn't
because not
qualify.
compliance, because they don't
It's not
provide that
a-
to the
okay.
families.
All right.
However, if I can just get an idea what the corrective are that needed to be addressed, that I can engage Miss Curl and we can work on that so that she is in compliance. Because she wouldn't have the supplies. I don't know what supplies actually she needs, but I was told other children have it. And then when Ms. Carl said that there was a program, I'm not exactly sure it was, that where students got supplies. applies, I just don't know about that, because I already informed her, I don't know a whole lot about homeschooling. But I talked to Ms. Thomas and found out they just don't.
Right, Ms. Carroll, there's a group of, also there's a group of mothers, and parents that do homeschooling. Are you a part of that group? Just to start, maybe, I know a lot of nonprofits may have resources to help families that want homeschooling. There may be some resources out there here in the
Well,
district.
you
We have a
have
lot of
resources,
advocacy
right?
groups.
We have
Yeah.
a resource right here, Playtime, Project Playtime. So Jamila Lawson in that Playtime group, they have a social worker, you connect with them, and they assist children. So we have Playtime here twice a week. Does he come down to Playtime? Okay, so Playtime is another resource that's here on site that provides direct services to children.
I asked them when I came down here, because I do come down here to get the little wipes they give away. I don't need no
Mhm.
Pampers, but they do give out wipes and Pampers. And I asked them about that. They didn't say anything about
They provide those services. The whole focus of their whole, agency is to provide services to homeless children. So that's what Ms. Lawson does.
It's a good resource.
So what I'm gonna do is have Ms. Pope reach out to Mr. Ron, who runs these programs, to see, what we can connect you with. But I think they have an actual social worker that works with their program as well and connects families directly with services.
That was just,
Okay.
you said Project Playtime?
So it would assist her like with the homeschooling and.
Well, we're
what
gonna
she
get
needs
with
to
the social worker. I mean, this is what Project Playtime is. It's
Okay,
services to homeless
okay,
children.
So she
any
probably has
kind of-
resources.
Okay,
Right,
to
anything
resource
that we
we
need.
need. Okay.
Jamila-
But there are parent groups out there that do that, so you may wanna check it out yourself, as you're surfing. But there are some groups right here in the district that get together a lot, and there's a large group of people that are homeschooling their kids here in the district.
Ma'am, the reason why I didn't reach out to other families and their children while they're creating a crazy ass background for me, I prefer not for you to
So
try
let's
to
deal with somebody-
extend
so Playtime,
myself.
Would you be open to working with Playtime if they here?
I'm smarter than I look, ma'am.
No, I was
Way
gonna ask
smarter.
you.
Honey, you don't look
You
like,
don't know what
you
the
look
Playtime?
very
That's what I
smart.
was
So
gonna
I'll reach out to them.
That's not the issue.
Right.
That's not, we're not coming. at
Yeah, I know. I just can't. It's some things. It would be just to put me in a trap because with all of that stuff going on in the background,
Right,
going on,
right.
and all that crazy stuff. If somebody sees me doing something with a group, I don't know, and they target them like that and throw that at them, who knows what will blow up in that? Because I mean, people love their kids, and I don't blame them. Not one bit. Joyful.
I have a question. I hear you say corrective actions. What are
That,
corrective
I
actions?
have. to
They have a
correspond very
specific curriculum they want, and they have it a certain way
Right.
that they want it. They want that curriculum, but with that curriculum, you have to have certain resources to meet their curriculum.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just,
But you have a copy of that?
no. That, RC has to give it to you because it's based on the place, where you at. It's not a overall national thing. No, it's based on whatever government, state, local agency. They all have their own based on their laws.
So, Mama,
Right.
what Ms. Thompson
And federal
said,
laws as
is
well,
it
but their
possible
laws.
that she can either put in writing, email, or specific letter, what she needs. So you can have it, see if it's saying, and mom can have it, so we know step by step what mom has to do. Because it sounds like you're talking to someone, we
It's
need
just a
to see
conversation.
what's the actual guideline.
Right,
So you know where you're going, and mom knows where she's going.
right, so I would need to first, I will speak to Ms. Thomas.
Right, okay.
To find out exactly, as I said,
Okay.
what are the corrective actions, what does she need to do?
Right.
Because I have the
That's it.
correspondence saying, you need to address the corrective actions, but what are they? What is
Yeah.
it, so that she could be in compliance? That's where I need to first get, because I don't.
Okay. I think that would be helpful for everyone.
Ms.
especially
Carol, do you
mom.
have an email address?
Yes, ma'am. First name, last name, @gmail.com.
Is that JAKIA?
Yes,
Check it a
ma'am.
lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Daily.
Yes.
@gmail.com?
Yes,
No
ma'am.
numbers? Okay, I had that. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So as far as the plan for that, when's the next time you're gonna meet with mom? Is it a week from today, or so we can kind of get a deadline?
I will plan that once I speak to Ms. Thomas to find out, because when I meet with her, I wanna have something that we can talk about, so that we deal with the corrective action. So first I need to speak with Ms. Thomas. So we'll hope within the next week.
Okay.
So let's just say within the next week. I'll just send her an email.
Okay, so possibly, I guess, but then maybe talk to Ms. Thomas by the end of the week, either Friday, and then a follow-up with
Right,
mom, with
okay.
whatever is
Right,
given to you.
yeah,
Okay,
I'll speak to her within this week. I'll
Okay.
send her an email, hopefully get a response.
okay. And then again, the reason why this is really going in Ms. Lana's direction particularly is that's the main reason of the case opening, correct?
Right, for the
So-
right,
So, and once everything is moving forward, then that can be a safe case closure unless there's nothing else that comes up.
I don't even,
As far as any
I would have
other
preferred to been go in front of a judge. I'm tired of sitting in front of people talking to them. This is stupid. You know what I'm saying? This is not a situation that just occurred based on this is intentionally done. And then after everything is done and I'm fighting the best way I can to do whatever I can for my son, then people come and demand what they want from me and try to pretend like it's based on the law. The law wasn't relevant to get us in this situation because it's not the case. Like this lady, even her, she got when I called these people about this man filing this thing after the threats and stuff, they're gonna tell me they can't discuss a case with me concerning me.
Well, that's confidentiality stuff. They
It's
probably needed you
the
in
case.
front of them and stuff.
The
talking on
case
the
is
phone.
concerning
When you want
me.
somebody calling and acting like they were you.
Ma'am,
and-
listen, even if they
Yeah.
can make an appointment for me to come in front of them,
Right,
it's
now
not
that-
an
that
act.
could-
They cannot discuss.
Mm.
When in America, this is what I'm saying about people just here, there's no laws. Whatever you want to do to poor black people here, you're more than welcome to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to get pushed around and brushed around like this. This is what they do and trying to play with the laws like you're upholding the law. What I'm telling you is, ma'am, this is a situation created and made by the government. So I'm not going to pretend and play with y'all another year, go through all this stuff, try to do this and do that. I did all of that shit for y'all. I'm in a worse situation. Okay? So I'm not going to sit there and keep playing and going through the same shit while they sitting here, make up shit, doing stuff. Then they want to bounce me here and bounce me there. All the stuff that they doing has held me here longer. I would have been gone if they wasn't sitting in here doing the bullshit they doing with these bullshit
So
attacks.
you blame all of this, everything that's happening to you in your life. And here's how that is
It's not
correct.
everything that's
Everything-
happening to me in my life. This whole situation
saying
that
it's
is
all the
going
government. Calm
on
down
now
again. See, there you go.
it started with the government, okay, ma'am? The reason why I know that, because prior to the hate crime and me finding out about my daughter being abused, I was working. I worked for the ADA administration in 2016. I worked for corporations, okay? I was making anywhere from $20 to $35 an hour prior to me finding out about my child being molested and me finding out about everything going on. Once I found out about this was going on in Virginia, the family and the relatives was involved and their friends was involved.
Your relatives?
Yes.
Okay.
So they in the government totally assisted them. Like I said, I'll send you the record so you can see. In saying that, since that been going on, this is how our life has got worse and worse and worse. I mean, it's not just, you know.
But what I hear you saying is you and the government have not controlled the situation in your family.
Ma'am. If I go commit a crime, I'm held accountable and reliable for it, okay? Responsible. They're gonna lock me up. That's the same thing with everybody else. So, and these crimes that have been committed, they cannot be committed by not the relatives nor the criminals without the government assisting them. So, in saying that, the government has been assisting them in crimes that has been going on and on continuously. It's like a domestic terrorist attack. We hit you all the way around the board.
Okay. All right.
You got a public profile, you got to commit these crimes, you got to build cases, you got to have a background, because if you don't do all of this mess that you're doing and this goes out in front of the public, they're going to say, well, what are y'all targeting her for? But that one crime that y'all have on her record from 2002, you're not targeting her for anything else. So you got to have a case. You got to say, no, this happened, this happened. I didn't become a predator until I found out about my daughter. Then all of a sudden I became a child predator in the District of Columbia where nobody knows me at. All of a sudden, okay? So in saying that, man, nobody was disturbed about me. I was comfortable in my community, white people, I don't care what walk of life they come from, they were comfortable with me. Because what I do, I work, I go to school, and I take care of the kids in the community. They know none of the kids are going to be fighting. They're not going to come up missing. None of that bullshit. So I come here where people don't know me at all.
So, Mom.
And y'all able to do this.
So you gave us a really good way of talking about the community, okay?
Nobody cares about the community.
Ms. Carroll,
Nobody cares about black
Carol,
people.
we're not finished yet. Wait.
give us a few more moments. Not more than 15 minutes. Let's talk about Thursday. You know what's happening on Thursday?
I don't know what y'all got going on Thursday.
March 14th, this Thursday, is a transfer for you and your son to be transferred to Park Road.
We're not transferring nowhere under you, and I already told them that. I even went in front of the judge, and the judge didn't dismiss it. And then again, like I said, out here in the District of Columbia, y'all want to do what you want to do to me, not what's best for
wait a
me,
minute.
not what's
Can I-
best
can
for
I-
my
can I say
son.
something?
It's what you want to do.
The transfer is to a better location.
No, it's not. Nothing is.
Are you
It's,
familiar with where it is? I'm
yes,
looking
I
at
am
it.
familiar with where
Where
it
is
is, ma'am. It's at Park Road. I don't care about the location.
Okay.
Okay, that's not what my concern is.
I mean, I'm
My
looking at
cons-
the environment for your child.
What environment? That's the
and
same.
you'll
The
have to-
environment is another
But
shelter
is it-
style
the-
apartment place. The same people from here are there.
So you would rather be in a hotel room as opposed to being in an apartment with a door?
Ma'am, it doesn't make a difference where I'm at
It
under the
doesn't matter?
government because it's all the same. The only thing is to go there so you
Okay,
can
I
figure
hear
out
you.
different ways. I got to restart from trying to figure out the bullshit you doing on that side. Here, I know everything going on. I don't even got to come out my room. That's why they so pressed to move me. I ain't got to come out to know what you're doing. I already know how they move here. So it's
We heard
hard
you-
for them
we
to
heard
do
you
the
loud
shit that
and
they're
clear.
doing.
We hear you loud and clear.
So Ms. Brooks and Ms. Barnes,
I'm gonna pretend all day doing something bad for my son, please.
Well, basically, what's gonna take place on Thursday is that, you're gonna have to move this.
Ma'am, we will leave your place, but we're not going anywhere under you. Yeah, we'll do that. Like, I'll leave here, but I'm not going nowhere.
What happened?
Yeah, we
5
could do
o'clock
that.
On Thursday, you will be locked out of your room.
Yeah, that's
I would,
fine.
I would encourage you to have everything packed. And wherever your destination is, you probably could provide a place, have a movie store. But we do have a place for you. It's at Park Road.
I know, but, ma'am, I had already told you last year when you wanted to move me there, I didn't want to go there. I had
That was
told you.
Taylor Road, then it's Park.
This was Park Road too, okay? And then they tried with the judge, and the judge, said no, he didn't go for it. And so then you come back again with the same thing, okay? But again, everything you do, you're talking about what you're doing best for me. Nothing shows anybody doing anything best for me or my son.
What is it that you
So,
want us to do?
oh, I mean, y'all been doing whatever.
What's gonna take place,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Because you filed an appeal, you got the,
Right.
you got the appeal notice back, and it says that during the appeal process, you still have to transfer.
I-
It states that.
I know, ma'am, listen, I'm not fighting or arguing your
Okay.
transfer.
Mhm.
I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I will leave. I'm not going under anything under you. Wherever me and my son go, I will survive because I have explained the situation. Because you don't want to face the reality of it, being as though many of you are totally involved behind the scenes. So in saying that, I understand what I'm dealing with here. I'm a stand because I'm not doing this for another year. So no, I'm not going to no place that you're trying to send me to. Because when you attacked, that's where you wanted to send me at. And you've been pressed,
Ms.
hell
Carroll,
bent on doing it.
once
And
you
nothing has
move-
been done for us.
Ms. Carroll, once you move,
Alright.
you're gonna keep in contact with Ms. Lopez, because if you leave, you'll no longer be with DHS, which is fine, but staying in contact with Ms. Lopez.
I don't, when I leave here, man, I'm not under the government no more. I don't have to stay in contact with nobody. Listen, in the District of Columbia, y'all have been so accustomed to violating the people's rights that you don't even realize you're violating their rights, okay? Listen to what I'm saying, ma'am. The moment when I got here and I said, hey, I'm being forced here based on a situation of my kids being abused, it was ignored. DHS, the Virginia Williams Center, and this company here worked along with Virginia the whole year, assisting, doing the same thing. It's documented. I went from the council members, did all that last year, okay? So I sit here in front of you now telling you the same thing.
What did
While
council
you're
tell you?
pretending
What
like
did the council
nothing.
members tell you?
What can they tell me? The
I mean,
federal
you mentioned
government
them.
is over.
I just wanna know what they, I need to know did they respond? Did they?
So,
They just filed.
Luna, can you explain to her CFSA
Okay.
policy?
Come on, Cheryl. Come on.
Wait,
You hungry?
These people were trying to come in. I was looking at them like they was
You
niggas.
can't open this door. Go ahead. Everybody's standing around. Ear hustle. Man, this is born in here.
I saw them.
I know you saw him. I don't give a fuck about that. I got bigger fish to fry. Shit, they the same boat. And ain't nobody forcing them. And ain't got time to stop to think about them. That's our problem. We get caught up in worrying about everybody else and not doing what we need to do for ourselves.
What was going to be my next activity?
Now you done, Shug.
Today?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
It was going on my nose.